All right, guys. So this is the sports quick hits comment section. I told you guys I was going to answer every question, so it's been one day. So let me just get into it. Jordan Walsh, who's my favorite boxer of all time? That is really hard. Really hard because I don't know if you mean favorite as in, you know, the person I respect the most entertaining boxer. So I'm going to go with Floyd Mayweather, man, hands down, because how can you not respect a guy that makes all these other world champions look like shit? No hard fights. There's only been like 3 hard fights in his entire career. But if we're talking about most entertaining, it has to be Roy Jones Jr. But if you're talking about most entertaining against hard opposition, I have to go with Oscar De La Hoya, the Golden Boy, man. He was a fucking G. He put a man on deck at all times. Even, you know, unfortunately, when he got older, he did give up in a few fights. I'm not going to fucking lie. But that young Oscar De La Hoya, man, he had that ruthless aggression, man. He was fucking scary. He would fight anyone, anytime, and he would be in there fucking brawling, man. If you wanted to have a technical boxing match, he was down for that. If you wanted to just go in there and fucking have a fucking war, he was down for that too. Next question, Jordan Walsh. Who do you think Khan will fight next, and who do you think Canelo will fight next? To be honest, man, I don't really think Canelo's going to end up fighting Triple G, man. I think... you know, all this shit right now. Oh, we reached an agreement. Answer the phone when we call you and all that bullshit. I think it's kind of some fucking bullshit. I'm thinking that, you know, you said Khan and Canelo. All right, Khan. Who the fuck could? I mean, he might try to get a rematch with Danny Garcia. You know, that's who I'm thinking Khan's gonna fight, because he wants to fight somebody with a name. It has to make sense. Khan has been knocked out in every fucking loss, I believe. So it's kind of like he needs to fight someone where they're really gonna just say, hey, you might have a chance to outbox this motherfucker. But you have to remember, man, Khan was out fucking boxing Danny Garcia too. He was in there having a fucking good night, and then he always gets caught. Canelo, I'm thinking that Canelo's gonna end up fighting damn. Let me see. Who the you know, Canelo, it's a weird position because it's not that he's that good, but he has a big-time promoter that could keep him out of tough fights. And I'm talking about Oscar. You know what? I'm going to just throw it out there, man. It's going to be Canelo versus Manny Pacquiao. Big money fight. People will forget about Triple G with that fight for sure. They're going to say, hey, too bad, motherfucker. Bigger fight came up. All right, Louis 15, does Canelo have what it takes to defeat Triple G? No. No, he does not. Canelo has fucking sandbags on his fucking feet. He doesn't move around enough. That's his biggest issue, man. Canelo is lazy. You guys have to remember, Canelo never even had a physique of a fucking fighter until he fought Floyd, which was the biggest fight of his fucking career. He was always chubby. He was always fucking kind of flabby, and he was solid. So, you know, at this point, I'm going to think that Triple G, you know, I'm going to say Triple G is definitely the better boxer. He actually uses his jab. He hides combinations behind his jabs, and he has really good foot movement on the inside. So what I'm saying is he could dash in and out, but he's never on a straight line. Canelo's always coming in at a different angle, and a lot of people don't understand that. And that's why he lands some of these big punches from awkward angle, because he's never just coming straight to you. He's always, you know, he might be walking forward, but then when he's throwing that punch, you know, he has some good head movement, and then he's throwing the punch from different angles. Canelo, man, he's a fucking fighter, and he hits hard. Now, the thing is, Canelo I don't know why they haven't corrected this yet. I don't know why they have not worked on this guy's footwork. You know, Canelo's one of the only fucking boxers I ever see. Every time he's doing that drill with the string in the middle of the ring for head movement, and he's ducking and going over, his head's hitting the thing every fucking time. You know, yeah, a lot of that is fucking moving your waist, but he's always dragging his feet, you know. So I don't really get Canelo's foot movement, and I think that's gonna be that's gonna be his biggest downfall. We already saw it against Floyd Mayweather. Floyd always stayed outside enough where Canelo would have to dash in to hit Floyd, but Canelo's too lazy to actually move those feet. So I don't really know what the fuck's up with him. When I watch him fight, I'm always pretty surprised that people are losing to this guy. And, you know, typically they're trying to engage with him, but they're inside of his punching range. So, you know, at the end of the day, we're going to see exactly what happens. Let me make sure. So, does Canelo have what it takes to defeat Triple G? In my opinion, no, but he definitely has power. Jordan Walsh, Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Who wins? You know, I'm going to go with Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury, man, big-ass body. Not the most entertaining fighter, man. His fucking post-fight singing shit with his girl or his wife, whoever that is, that's the fucking funniest shit ever, man. Tyson Fury will be a megastar if he was American. You know, I'm not sure if he's a big star over in his own country or not. I'm sure that he has a big name, but as far as being a big star, not exactly sure. Anthony Joshua, man, that guy is fucking young and he hits hard. And I think it's safe to say he's a better boxer. So, you know, unfortunately, man, Tyson Fury had a chance to really blow everybody's fucking mind when he fought Klitschko, and it was just a horrible, boring fight in my opinion, so it is what it is. Master Sam, who should Andre Berto fight next? Dan, this is a question I really don't give two shits about. Maybe Robert the Ghost Guerrero, maybe somebody like, you know what, Andre Berto should end up fighting the loser of that Sean Porter and Keith Thurman fight. How about that? That'll be, that'll be two guys with decent names. Berto coming off of a win, and then it'll be the other guy coming off of a loss that still has a name that you need somebody that's beatable, and Andre Berto is definitely beatable. It's funny how if you guys been watching Andre Berto's career, man, he went from, baby Mike Tyson, knockout guy, and then he tests dirty and nobody ever wants to talk about that shit. If it was me, I'll talk about that shit out in public fucking full time. John Russo, will Canelo stand a chance against Triple G, and who the pound for pound best boxer right now in your opinion? 100% period. The pound for pound best boxer is Floyd. I don't think he's retired for real. But if you want to say that Floyd's retired, I'm going to actually say it's a tie right now. And I'm going to say it's between Andre Ward. Unfortunately, Andre Ward, he just doesn't have that fucking resume. He doesn't have the resume. I met Andre Ward, took a picture of him. Hella cool, super nice guy. Really fucking small. I was like, damn, this guy's fucking small as fuck, man. What can I say? You have to give it to Ward out of respect. I mean, number one, he's undefeated. Number two, he typically makes all of his fights look easy. The funny thing, man, if we could get some opposition on the other side of Andre Ward, he'll be a Floyd Mayweather overnight because, we just need somebody that's down to go in there and fight like Maidana and put him in that fucking tough dogfight and see how he really reacts. I think Andre Ward's pretty tough. This whole Kovalev shit is really pissing me off, though, man. It's kind of like, just take the fight. Fuck the warm-up fights. I can respect what he's saying. He's saying, hey, I'm new to the division. I need to get a couple of fights under my belt before I fucking take on that fight. I get it. I respect it. But don't act like you're willing and ready to take on all comers if you're not willing and ready to do it right this moment. I'm going to give it to Triple G at the moment. I'm sorry. I'm going to give it to Andre Ward at the moment. But, shit. I think that's who you have to give it to, man. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's what I'm going to give it to. Let's see. John Russo, who will win the NBA title this season? That's fucking Golden State, period. Unfortunate that Steph Curry's fucking legs are fucked up. He's not 100%. We could give the same argument. No one's always 100%. But, man, if Steph Curry was 100%, man, it seems like this motherfucker is unstoppable. Threes, inside shots, passing, like this motherfucker could do it all. Are those legs gonna hold up though? Can that knee hold up is gonna be the true question. LeBron, did you guys see LeBron James fucking hating on that MVP unanimous decision? That was some of the most hater shit ever, and then LeBron wonders why people don't like him. Let me continue. John Russo, Triple G versus Andre Ward or Triple G versus Canelo. What's the biggest test for Triple G in your opinion? Let's put it this way. Triple G versus Ward, that'll be a motherfucking boxing match. That's a boxing match just as Andre Ward is considered a boring fighter. Well, let me just answer your question. You said who's the biggest test? The biggest test will be Andre Ward to see if Triple G could go out there and box somebody that's nothing more than a fucking boxer. Andre Ward's not going to knock him out. So let's see if Triple G is actually a boxer, if he's just fighting a fucking handful of nobodies. That's going to be the tough question to answer. He needs some names on that resume just to be impressive and really break through. But in boxing, we know, man, sometimes that doesn't even happen until you have 30 or 40 wins on your, well, you know, a good 30 fights on your record before you start getting those big name opponents that, you know, you need on your resume. John Russo, Ali versus Tyson in their prime. Who wins? Oldest question in boxing. See, interesting question there, man, because we all know, you know, Muhammad Ali, for him to be that fucking big and heavy, he was light as fuck on his feet. Like, that guy was so light on his feet, I think that he would be able to stay light on his feet and keep Mike Tyson back. Now, the interesting fact here, though, you know, I don't remember the exact number, but I believe Mike Tyson has lost every single fight to, you know, all of his losses on his record have been to someone that was 6'3" or taller, I believe. Somebody put out a stat like that, really interesting. When I read the article, I was like, wow, okay. So my whole point is, if Muhammad Ali was light on his feet in his prime, Muhammad Ali wins that fight easily with that jab. And not only his jab, he would definitely mix it up with that fucking, you know, with that cross, you know, that cross coming straight down the middle. Mike Tyson in his prime, man, he was a fucking monster. Hard to hit, could take a punch, but delivered fucking massive power. But like I said, if we're talking about who wins the match, I think you have to give it to Ali. You know, but then again, man, Ali fucking got handled a few times in his career too. So that's kind of the issue I have when people say, oh, Muhammad Ali's the best ever. I'm kind of like, I mean, he's been beat multiple times and been handled a couple of times, you know. So interesting there. Let me see. AZ Baller 23233. How do you feel about the Rams coming back to LA? Is that a fact? The Rams coming back to LA? Me personally, man, I'm fucking living in LA, so I would love to have the LA Raiders back. You know, there's a lot of gang shit going on in LA as usual, but there's nothing like seeing that motherfucking Raider sign in LA, man. Hey, you fucking pass. Hey, you see a lowrider pass by, man? They got the motherfucking black and gold. Hey, black and gold. I mean, black and silver with that motherfucking Raiders emblem. Or you see some fucking essays out, man, just with that motherfucking Raider jacket on. So, you know, the Rams coming back to LA. I don't know if that's a fact, man. It's fucking crazy how football is, though. Because do you guys remember the Rams? Maybe 2003. When was that? Damn. That was maybe, you know, Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, all of those guys, man, the fastest show on turf or whatever the fuck they used to call them. Damn, talking about the fucking fall from greatness, you know, like it's crazy how everyone has a season. That's what they said. Every team has a season, man. So it's kind of like you might not have this 5 years, but you have the next 5 years. So pretty interesting. If the Rams come back to LA, be kind of irritating, man. I'll be like, damn, bring the Raiders here. But then at the same time, they're saying that the Fertitas might buy the, you know, bring the Raiders to Las Vegas and shit. So Las Vegas is so fucking close. It's almost like the Raiders would still be in LA to me. Diaz 209, Andre Ward versus Triple G and Canelo. Who wins? You know, at this moment, I know for a fact Andre Ward will fucking put on a boxing clinic against Canelo. Andre Ward versus Triple G, man. It's just interesting. Both of these guys have really good footwork. So who does more damage on the inside? Triple G does. But Andre Ward have shown that he could take a punch at times. And Andre Ward will fucking just get into a motherfucking boxing match with you, you know? So interesting. You know, that's who I have. Darren O'Regan, what's up, man? Loyal subscriber from MMA Quick Hits, man. When do you think Billy Joe Saunders will get his shot at Triple G? I think, you know, he's going to have to wait. This is the reason why. Triple G is on the come up right now. Triple G's hot right now. You know, he's right there at that phase where Canelo was about to get that Floyd Mayweather fight where people don't know him completely, but they're selling us the fucking story. You know, they're selling us this Triple G story. So I think, you know, it's kind of like Triple G, if he wins this fight against Canelo that's supposedly happening on September the 17th, that's what's being rumored. Triple G will be a mega star. They'll be fucking bringing Floyd out of retirement for that fight right there. Triple G said that's the only fight he would lose the weight, any weight for, is against Floyd Mayweather. So Billy Joe Saunders, man, I think he's gonna have to wait actually, unless Triple G loses. Hockey Monkey 95. Do you watch hockey at all? Nah, man, I don't. I actually been to a lot of Los Angeles Kings matches back in the day. I've been to some Anaheim Duck games back in the day. I am not a hockey fan. I do enjoy watching some hockey in person, though. I don't mind it at all. Shabib Abdullah, do you watch football, soccer? If so, have you heard of... No. To be honest, I don't watch soccer. Funny thing is, I've been to some motherfucking Galaxy games, too, over here in LA. So, yeah. And I actually met David Beckham about maybe 4 years ago. Guy was small as hell, skinny, super polite, nice guy. Just don't watch soccer. It's not big in America, man, so I just never got wrapped up in it. AVO, would you rather see Ward versus Kovalev or GG or Triple G versus Ward? Damn, good question. Damn. You know what? I want to see Ward fight. I want to see Ward versus Kovalev right fucking now. Fuck the excuses, fuck the running around, fuck getting adjusted to the weight class. Make the fight, do the fight, win the fight. You know what I mean? Like, fuck all the talk, man. It starts to get old with this boxing shit at times, you know? AVO, do you think Fury should retire before all these young lions get a shot at him, man? I don't think he's had the belt long, and he can make some good money off of this Klitschko win. So I understand what you're saying 100%. And I don't think Tyson Fury is really that fucking good. That's just my opinion. I want to see him in there with one of those young lions. I want to see how the motherfucker reacts. That's what I want to see. So, do I think he should retire before these young lions? Definitely. He should get some good money with this Klitschko fight. He should fight another big fight for money, and then he should think about, you know what? Let me just fucking disappear like Lennox Lewis is. I can't believe Lennox Lewis retired and never came out. Never came out of retirement for a big money fight. Shocking. It's still shocking to this day. John McClain, do you think Durant will leave OKC if they don't win the championship this year? You know what? Good question. The funny thing is, man, these fucking NBA players are making so much money on these shoe contracts, man. They don't even have to continue to play. But to answer your question, do I think Durant will leave? Okay. Good question. It's just, I watched this documentary about Kevin Durant going back to his home and doing all the shit. Then, obviously talking about how he loves OKC and how they treat him there. But every time shit gets tough, he's kind of hinting, if you will. So I would say yes. I think the major players that would want to acquire his services would definitely be the fucking Lakers, the Clippers. Can you imagine? This might be impossible, but can you imagine if Durant was able to team up with LeBron if both of them lose this year? That would be just fucking ridiculous. Talking about fucking squad goals right there, man. That would be crazy. Do I think he'll actually leave OKC though? Then you got your boy Westbrook balling out. Damn, hard question. No, I don't. I don't think he'll leave. I think that he probably has enough power where he could bring in somebody young and fresh or get a big trade, but will he actually leave OKC? No, he will not. Dylan Oliver, English subscriber here. Will you talk about the boxing scene in England with Fury and Klitschko? Definitely. Set to fight soon, and his next fight potentially being Anthony Joshua. Fury versus Klitschko. Unfortunately, it wasn't an entertaining fight. Klitschko brothers, man, the Clinch brothers, whatever you want to call them. What can I say, man? I don't know. Were you guys entertained by that Klitschko versus Tyson Fury fight? Like, that shit was fucking horrible. I was pretty happy that Klitschko lost the fight, man, because he's been doing that fucking clinch and grab and hug shit his entire second half of his career, and people have been giving him so much respect for it, acting like he's the fucking Russian champion, unbeatable. But it's kind of like you don't necessarily get respect for those fucking wins. How much respect can I give you when you're fucking jabbing and holding? Jab, cross, hold. Jab, cross, hold. Referee breaks it up. Hey, stop doing it or I'm going to take a point. Never takes a point. It starts to get fucking irritating. It's ridiculous. Definitely made me no longer a fan. All right. And then, let's see. Anthony Joshua. This guy's on the come up. He's a fucking beast. Another guy, man, he just needs those solid names on his resume to turn into a star or have some crossover potential. So we're going to see what happens, man. He needs to, 3 more tough fights. I want to see them do some decent matchmaking and not bring him along too slowly. R. Buckley, 1997. Growing up, who did you look up to in the sports world? Was there any major influence that got you into wrestling? No, absolutely not. For me to get into wrestling, it's really a funny story, actually. So, number one, I always loved WWF wrestling. I never watched one day at this WWE stuff. I don't know shit about it, really. But the only reason I actually got into wrestling was my friend told me the wrestling coach was his math teacher. And he told him, hey, we need some wrestlers, so tell your friends if they come here, I'll give them a fucking automatic pass. And I was like, what the fuck? Are you serious? So, math, one of my hardest subjects, man. So I went over there and I said, hey, man, is what he said true? And he's like, hey, are you going to come fucking try out? And I said, yeah. And I said, when's tryouts? He said, today. And I was like, fuck, I can't. He's like, well, you can't fucking be on the team. That means you're going to fucking fail math. And I was laughing. I thought it was a fucking big joke. Then I see my friend 2 or 3 weeks later, and he was showing me all of his fucking homework, and this fool had A's on fucking everything. And I was like, what the fuck? Are you serious? That teacher's really doing that? And he's like, dude, I don't even fucking go to class. So I was like, what the fuck do you do? And he's like, dude, we just go in the wrestling room and chill and listen to music. So I was like, what? So, hey, that's the reason I joined the fucking wrestling team. That is a fucking 100% true story. That is all the comments here on the comment section. Man, fuck it. It is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments.